Hello everyone, today we're back with another AA battery repair. But before I reach for the screwdriver, let me revisit a small corner of the past, about this tiny toy watch I'm holding. Back in my school days, owning something like this felt like holding a whole universe in your pocket. Every morning, I'd tuck it deep into my trousers and keep my hand on it like guarding family treasure. A single little click was enough to make my heart skip, not because of young love, but because I was terrified of losing the one thing that made me feel just a bit cool in those modest, hardworking years. And now, it lies around unnoticed, forgotten by everyone except the memories. Time is generous with nostalgia but ruthless with objects. So today, let's give it a little revival, starting with a simple AA battery replacement. But simply swapping in a new battery is like skipping the best scene in a movie. Feels wasteful, doesn't it? So while we're at it, let me show you how to bring that tired battery back to life. A bit of fun, a lot of DIY spirit. To prove I'm not staging anything, I'll measure both batteries with a voltmeter. One fully charged and one nearly dead. This way you can see the difference clearly before we bring the tired battery back to life. No surprises here, right? The fully charged AA battery shows a reading that means it's perfectly usable. Now we're left with the drained battery. Let's measure it and see the results. Satisfied with your curiosity? Here's the reading from the drained battery. Looking at these numbers, it's obvious. It can't provide any power at all. Honestly, if you try to use this in a device, don't even bother. It simply won't work. The first step is to clean the positive and negative terminals of the battery using multi-purpose oil and sandpaper. Apply just the right amount of pressure, enough to remove the light rust on the surface without scratching it too much. This step is crucial to help the battery accept power again. Cleaning it to this extent is enough. Now let's move on to the next step, where the battery will truly start to come back to life. This idea comes from a method I learned in a scientific paper, though I know not everyone reads such articles. Nowadays, most people focus on military, health, or economic news. I do too, but I make a point to read some science as well. And here's a little reveal. Have any of you heard the trick of combining aluminum foil and diluted salt water to revive an AA battery? I tried it once on this channel before, but that attempt was slightly different. This video will do it a bit differently, so let's see how well it works. First, cut the aluminum foil into small pieces, then roll them into little balls. You don't need too many, around 6 to 7 balls is enough for this AA battery. The ratio for diluting the salt water is simple. I don't have exact measurements, but you can easily approximate it. Just watch and follow how I prepare the diluted salt water on screen. Alright, I know this might sound hard to believe. Let me break down the mechanism of reviving a battery using this method. When you combine aluminum foil with diluted salt water, you're essentially creating a temporary external circuit for the battery. The foil acts as a conductor, while the salt in the water serves as an electrolyte, meaning it facilitates the movement of ions. When this setup contacts the battery's positive and negative terminals, ions in the solution begin to move, generating a small current. What's remarkable is that this current isn't strong, but it's enough to reactivate some of the chemical reactions inside the battery, especially in AA batteries that are drained but not completely dead. This allows the remaining energy in the battery to be stimulated and become usable again, at least temporarily. Think of it like reviving a worn-out engine. You're not replacing the machine, but a little kickstart gets it running again. The simple combination of conductive aluminum foil and ion-conducting salt water creates this little miracle for a drained battery. Next, simply immerse the battery in the solution for about 5 to 10 minutes to allow it to regain its energy. Then remove it immediately. Don't leave it too long, as overexposure could cause an excessive reaction. Just enough for the battery to recover and be ready to work again. And of course, in this video, I won't make you wait around. I've trimmed the waiting time so you can see the battery revival process without spending too long. The waiting time is up. After removing the battery, we'll dry it immediately because any salt water left on the surface could cause corrosion or short-circuiting. I'm going to repeat the cleaning method from the start of the video, but this time more thoroughly, cleaning the entire battery including both terminals and the body. This removes any remaining dirt or rust, ensuring the battery is clean and ready to accept energy optimally. Alright, we've completed the entire process. I'm genuinely excited to see how the battery performs, so now we'll measure it with a voltmeter to check its effectiveness. The results are pretty impressive. I think if we soak it a little longer, the battery's energy would be fully restored. Seeing this outcome is really satisfying. Definitely worth the effort. Hello everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's both familiar and fascinating: reviving a drained AA battery. It might sound simple at first, but behind each seemingly useless battery lies a story where science and DIY tricks come together. Back in the day, small items like AA batteries or mini watches were treasures during school years. Every battery was precious, as it was the only source of energy to power your gadgets. And now, instead of tossing drained batteries away, we'll learn how to bring them back to life, saving money and finding joy in the little things. Join me on this battery revival journey, where science meets DIY, and discover that with a little patience and a few clever tricks, even things that seem completely drained can spring back to life.